It's the hopium's in the air for all franchises. But the Lions specifically with Dan Campbell, we know September, at least the past 2 seasons, and context does matter because the first season, that team wasn't winning more than 3 games. But you know what? They won 3 games, and it is what it is. But the facts are, Dan Campbell in September, during his Lions tenure, is 1-5.
Yeah.
Like, those are the facts. The context, yeah, it matters, but he's 1-5, point blank. He's 2-7 for his career in September, and that meaning the interim head coach role he had in Miami also factors into that. So 1-5 for the Lions. And I want to ask the question, how important is September this season for Dan and the Lions? Getting off to a good start, because typically they have not done that. 1-6 last year to 8-2. It was kind of the Jekyll and Hyde for the tale of 2 tapes, the 1-6 to 8-2. But this season has to, and I think will be different. But Sam, how important is September this season for the Lions?
Well, it's very important, and especially for a franchise like the Detroit Lions. Instead of kind of breaking down each game, I'm going to look at it from a more just macro level of being the Lions and what this September could mean. Obviously, I think that they're going to lose to the Kansas City Chiefs. And after that, you're in danger. I'm not saying they're in danger, but if the Detroit Lions get off to a slow start, which they got home against Seattle, then home against Atlanta, and then at Green Bay, those are their September games. If you also include at Kansas City, that's not necessarily a super easy stretch. If the Detroit Lions start September anything worse than 3-1, 2-2, I think there's a faction of Lions fans, and I'm not saying it's right, who are still a little bit apprehensive, are still kind of scared, not stoked. And if the Lions start the season slow, I think there's going to be the doubt, the SOL mentality is going to creep into some of the fans. I'm not saying the players necessarily, because it is a tougher part of their schedule. But at the same time, getting off to a fast start, that is something that the Lions have never done under Dan Campbell. Obviously, last year they had a lot of growing pains to work out at the beginning of the year. They finished at a torrid pace, but they started so slow that even finishing 8-2 couldn't get them into the playoffs. So even though it's only 4 games, I think it's symbolic for the Detroit Lions. They have to start fast. They have to validate all of the hope that us fans have, all of the confidence that the players have, the coaching staff has.